Hi, my name's Keltie, and for as long as I can remember, I was always referred to as the girl with the really long blonde hair. It was my identity, it was what I was known as, it was the thing that made me feel beautiful and made me feel like most of a girl. It's what girls would stop me in bars and come up and be like, oh my god, you have the most beautiful long blonde hair. Now, unfortunately, in my early 20s, I wasn't always the healthiest version of myself. I did some things I'm not proud of, but that's what your 20s are. You learn things about yourself. And I started to lose my hair. It started to come out in chunks. And before you know it, people started asking if I got haircuts, and I hadn't. That was the first catalyst that started me on my health journey, which you guys have probably seen for the last few years on YouTube. It was me realizing I wasn't healthy, and I did a lot of changes, and I did actually grow back my hair a little bit, but it was never fully there. And so I did something, looking back, I really regret, and I decided to get hair extensions. It was a Band-Aid cure. I thought, oh, I'm going to have my long, blonde, thick hair again. And I did, and that's the long blonde hair Keltie you guys have probably seen on YouTube. The problem with the Band-Aid cure is it's just that. There's a Band-Aid over it. You can't actually cure the wound unless you rip it open and deal with it. And this year is me no longer using Band-Aid cures, no longer just using fake tanner, makeup, hair extensions to feel like myself. And step one in this process is going to be taking out my hair extensions for the first time in 4 years.
Oh my god.
I think I have too much roses, and I've been feeling kinda hopeless. I know I'm not supposed to feel this way. I know it's been a while since I held you in my arms.
So, after 5 years of not seeing my real hair without extensions, gotta rip off the Band-Aid. I kept thinking of things to say, I don't know, I just have to do this. I don't want to without it.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm hoping it's not damaged and there's some length.
I don't think it'll be damaged because there's never any breakage.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing your technique.
The worry is like this part is so short.
Yeah, but like everyone's like fronts are a bit shorter.
But I'm starting to get some baby guys up here, so
yeah,
that's a good sign.
You know.
Well, I only dye maybe 3 to 4 times a year.
Oh, that's really
and
good.
like I wash my hair, like the extensions every 2 weeks, my hair 2 to 3 times a week. So I feel like
that's why I love you. You take such good care of your hair.
So I feel like I just don't do a lot. So I feel so hopefully
and minimal like.
Oh, I wasn't ready yet to learn how to live without you.
reveal of how long my hair is. Oh, that feels nice though. Brush through it. Oh, I missed that. I'm so excited to shower.
Here we go.
Okay, it's longer than I thought. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's long.
I thought it was all gonna be like, I thought it was gonna, this didn't exist. It's so thin though. I'm like, oh, it's gonna take some adjusting though. I wonder what it looks like in a ponytail. This is, oh no! That's tinier than it used to be. After 5 years of hair extensions, here's my hair. It feels the saddest is my ponytail, guys. It's so little. Before you say something mean in the comments, just like, cause like, and I get it, I'm putting myself out there and I appreciate any advice. This video is so hard because I already know the comments like, oh, you're not eating this, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, I'm not doing that. And like, that's half the problem, is like stress is the biggest thing. And like, I'm starting to really focus on self-care this year. Last year wasn't good for self-care. I tried to encourage it from you guys, but as you saw, I sacrificed myself for a year, and I feel for many years work focused. A couple of things I really want to focus on for this year is feminine health. And what I mean by that is I want to radiate health and sensuality and feminine energy, and there's nothing wrong with male energy, and I'm not saying you have to be overly girly. You can be any kind of female you want to be. Even if you don't want to be a female, that's cool too. You know, I've never really felt sexy. Like I felt pretty at times, but like I've never felt like I radiated this like female energy. It was just, I was always taught my body was like for sports and that, and then I've always been girly. I've always loved to dress up, and I really am passionate about fashion and that from the inside out. So I feel my extensions and all that's always been just like superficial, but this year it's really about like feeling that inside me. And there's several areas I have to really work on. The biggest is stress management, because I've learned a lot over the years. As a lot of you guys know, I've battled with losing my period multiple times. I've looked a lot into it, and it is completely stress related for me. The last 6 months, I've had the most consistent period I've had in my entire life. That was really eye-opening of stuff I need to start doing. There's just a lot of areas I'm going to start working on, and I'm bringing you guys through those. It's my sleep. I know my nutrition's good, but there's still areas that I think I have a healthy relationship with food, but there's just more things I want to learn, and more, everything I want vibrant. I want vibrant culture and food and fuel me, and being in a state of like flow all year in all aspects of my life. Work, play, health, love, all those areas need a sense of flow. I think my hair is going to be a really nice metaphor for this. It's really, really scary because, like I said, since I was a little girl, that was what I've always, I know it sounds stupid, but I think we all have that one thing that, like, I was the girl with the pretty long blonde hair. A blessing and a curse is I never had to do anything when I was younger else to my hair, so I never learned about nutrition for my hair and my skin, and I never learned about products to use and how to properly care for yourself in that sense. In my early 20s is when I started losing my hair, which is really hard to say as a female. I don't know, there's some things we tie to being a female. And yes, girls lose their hair, but it's not that it's okay when guys do, but it's just like not socially acceptable. And it comes off as like you have something wrong with your hormones, which in essence makes you a female, so it's and so yeah, when I was in my early 20s and I was in a very stressful school situation, I was in a very stressful living situation, I wasn't treating my body right, I didn't know what I wanted to do, I had no purpose, like it was just a very dark time, and that's not what this video is about. But borderline 3 years ago, and also I just kind of like had enough, and I ripped off a bunch of band-aids and started this journey, which you guys have kind of started joining me on in the last year. You know, I did a lot of experiments on myself last year for you guys, but this year I need to do experiments for what's good for me, and I hope you guys learn from that. My hair is my big one, because this is, I think, manifests everything. I think you can even see. You probably can't see now, but there's little babies growing. And this right up here, yes, it's thin, but it feels really nice and soft and loved. And down here, even though it's, you know, still some go here. If we just do a little timeline, this was during a not as great part of my life. And I want to thank my body for being there for me, and that this part of me still stayed, and I'm not going to hate on it because it all led me to here. But here's where we're at. It's really hard. I walked downtown Toronto yesterday, and like every time I looked in the mirror, it's just like I don't feel like me anymore. And that's why I got the extensions. I didn't feel like me without my hair. But I'm still Keltie. I'm still a girl. It's just tough. If I've learned anything, it's these tough times, you learn a lot about yourself. I wish I could go back myself a year ago and say, Keltie, just like start doing this now. You'll be so thankful in a year. Here's me telling myself in a year, hopefully, like, glad you started now and you didn't wait another month. This year, I'm doing health from like a really internal place, and it's a little thing I say to myself of like my ideal self, who she would be, how she would talk to her skin, and that she would always treat her skin and hair and body with love. And so anytime I go to do something like to my hair, brush it aggressively, choosing something to eat, not drinking water, picking at something, I ask myself, is this an act of love? And if it's not, I don't. Here's day one. Hopefully there's a 3-month update. If not, it might be 6 months, it might be a year. We're doing this together. 2020, we're taking our vitamins, we're doing our spin classes, we're doing our yoga, we're getting our sleep, we're saving our money, and come July, we're gonna go spend it all on the cod and bikinis in Vegas. I don't know how to end this video, it was just kind of interesting. Welcome to my TED Talk. We're gonna end it like this. If you have something in your life you have a band-aid over, that you know you need to address and make changes, but it's gonna take you a year, 2 years to see results, put yourself in your January 1st, 2019 self. And she probably thought the exact same thing, but here you are, your January 2020 self. And had you done it for a year, you would have been here. Here's all of us saying, hey, January 1st, 2021, really glad I did that for a year. Have a great day. Goodbye.